Fresh off of a victory in the Creators Cross Tournament over spring break, Billerica returned home to Calabrese Stadium to host Merrimack Valley Conference rival North Andover. Scarlet Knights were coming off a three-day run at the Coach's Challenge Cup themselves, and it was the Indians who looked much sharper early on. Billerica pole John Sands scoops up a ground ball and gets it to Drew Laundrie, who quickly dishes it over to Danny Lynch, and he puts it in for the game's first goal. Off the ensuing face-off, Kevin Querci finds himself some room to his right and fires in a bullet to make it a 2-0 Billerica lead. North Andover got one back on a lefty rip from the alley by Pat Sweeney, but the Indians would counter that with two in a row out of the stick of the talented midi, Jeff Trainer. Billerica goalie Tyler Canto looked unbeatable early on, and his outstanding work led to 4 big saves in the first quarter. That helped keep his team ahead 4-1. More from the Indians in the second as we pick up Kevin Querci running and ripping just over a minute into the frame. Scarlet Knights would go back to Sweeney, who works himself all the way down to the cage and sneaks in a bouncer. But then Billerica would reel off 3 straight as goals from Dean Brooks, Laundrie, and Gus Gobiel helped push their lead to 8-2 before Steve Canale scored what seemed like a rather innocuous goal at the time for North Andover right before the half. We would soon find out there was nothing innocuous about it, though. The Scarlet Knights opened the third quarter with a man-up goal by Matt Moody. Now down under 4 minutes to go in the third, here comes North Andover. Querci starts it just after they killed off a penalty, and he was followed by scores from Canale and Sweeney, the latter pulling the Knights to within 8-7 as we headed into the fourth quarter. Canale's had a big couple of weeks. Let's watch here as he sneaks through the defense and finds Querci, who catches, spins, and rips in the game-tying goal just over a minute into the final frame. North Andover goalie Jack Perry came up with a pair of big stops to keep it tied, and then the drama would begin. Watch for North Andover first as Sweeney fakes, drops down, and sticks in a goal that was waved off as his feet just crossed over the crease line to nullify the goal. Wow. Literal last-second drama time now as Billerica's Jimmy McLaughlin Gilman's one all the way downfield to Drew Laundrie, who makes the catch, spins off his man, and fires in what could have been the winner. But this one was waved off too as time had expired before Laundrie could get off the shot. That would mean overtime, and pole Jake Manning comes up with a huge face-off win for North Andover. They would bang a timeout and get set for a possession, and the end of it would come on a scramble as Sweeney finds Querci in the middle, and he buries it to cap an epic North Andover comeback that turned an 8-2 deficit into an incredible 9-8 come-from-behind victory over Billerica. For the Boston Herald's high school sports staff, I'm Bruce Lurch.